Hello, friends. In the beginning, things happened, but before the beginning, one was alone. And one felt a movement he named a quiver, which was awareness of what it felt like to be alone. And that awareness was sharp and burning on the inside of his being, which spread every direction his being did. But that pain, he called it, he named it alone. And we still call that loneliness. And that is when the source, the one, decided that being alone is not good. And decided to not be alone, and to divide reality, energy, the universe, the cosmos differently, and make things. He made these things before the beginning of the material existence. Swirling things with many colors and energy centers. And he saw them, and he was excited. Because each one, though they had things in common, had different colors and different energies and different ways of interpreting everything in the universe. And the one decided, again, this was very good, and it was time to make more. And if you don't know me, I'm a spokesperson for him, for that first one of many. I create words that uplift and reach people's hearts and help you accept that you have a unique path, not just on Earth, but in this great big cosmos that the one made and was. However, in his exuberance at making many different forms of beings, he began to call them. A being is a defined boundary limit to how far out that person exists beyond their own awareness and how much influence they can have on other energy fields, sources. But as he did this, and many more, hundreds, thousands came into being, time as we know it passed, and most of these others were gracious and grateful for the one from whom they came and were aware of it. They could feel it. They could feel, we could feel where we came from simply by being where we could touch his proximity energy, and we felt comfortable with that and grateful and free to be us. But there came a time when some who came into existence had a different attitude. And for the sake of diversity and to make it interesting, he allowed this. But their attitude was one of bumping into others. That gave them an electrical charge or energy temporary boost, which they enjoyed. And their enjoyment was not necessarily that cessation of pain that the one felt when others were present and it was more interesting. Their feeling of enjoyment was from the charge they got out of bumping into other space, which caused the others a momentary lapse or pain or feeling of aloneness. This type of aloneness, when another bumps into us, is different than that one that the source had. This aloneness is an emptiness or loss of one's self-awareness. It's as if someone has stolen part of us and we feel, boy, a human emotion to describe it, incomplete. It's different than aloneness. We feel incomplete, as if something's missing in us, and perhaps then wonder, what are we doing wrong that we're no longer all here? That is the consequence of the ones who decided to disrespect boundaries of others and bump into them, and in so doing, temporarily take part of them onto themselves. So they are the opposite of the one who gave of himself to others and recharges that endlessly. They have no way of recharging themselves and no way of giving back to those from whom they've taken. He called them darkness because they don't have the replenishable energy that he had that allowed him to divide, so to speak, without losing any of himself. For even when these new others that he divided into to be no more lonely and in pain from loneliness, even when they exist in space, he's inside that space with them, holding them together. Without him, their together would not exist. My together would not exist. I would not be this or be aware. Those others have no ability to do that, and they mistakenly believe that they did. And they started all of this self-doubt that we, who would not do that to them, feel. It's time on physical Earth and throughout the universe to reestablish our boundaries, to claim that part of us he's overlapping with, to keep ourselves whole and to be okay with being whole. It's our right. It's our birthright. The others who helped take that away, we did not know how to defend ourselves from that before. We're learning to now. We don't have to take that anymore. Thank you so much for listening. Have a good rest of your day, night, morning. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Love you.